I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I wanted to talk about the change in my life and my spiritual process. When I first entered the spiritual process, I was unsure of myself, as I've said before. But one of the things that I'm sure about now, I'm sure about my power. I'm sure about who I am as a human being. I'm sure that I know how to love people, and I'm out of my negative ways. I'm out of my controlling ways. I'm out of my toxic ways. I'm out of everything that ever hurt me or ever made me feel any type of way. And I'm never going back to acting that way, feeling that way, or putting myself in those types of situations, pushing people away and putting myself in negative situations to punish myself or having hope for people that are not going to change who they are. I'm just accepting people for whoever they are, and I'm not trying to change anybody. All I'm trying to do is live and grow as myself, and that's the best thing I can do for my journey. Because another one of my biggest problems is when I see greatness in people, I try to help them reach it. I try to tap into their potential, and sometimes I tend to overhelp. That's something I have to. That's something I'm gonna stop doing, and I'm gonna let people be who they are and just accept them for what they bring to the table. And if they don't fit my energy, I'm gonna just leave them alone, and that's the best way to be. But I'm not going to overextend myself and do too much the way I used to. And I just understand how to take care of myself when it comes to loving and respecting myself. I know how to be in proper relationships with people who support who I'm growing into, support my changes, and support my growth. Because before, when I first started, I was a people pleaser that chased after people and did all that extra stuff. Because I guess in my mind, well, not I guess, I know in my mind, I felt like I needed people. That's why God sent me on this solo spiritual journey. It taught me how to be by myself. It taught me what true self love and true self appreciation means. It taught me how to get back up and hustle and get back after life and get to my greatest characteristics. And it taught me how to use the greatest version of myself. But it also opened me up to the bad version of myself, made me own up to some things. Like the fact that I used to be controlling, the fact that I used to shut people out when it came to me, like talking to people. I shut them out and shut them down and push them away. I don't do that no more. I open up. I don't try to control people. I let people be who they are, and I'm just going with the flow of life, living life to the best of my ability. And I'm just being the best version of me that I can be. And I'm not overextending myself or trying to do too much. I'm just living my life and going with the flow. And I just know how to love myself as a person now. I know how to love what I'm doing and how to love what I'm bringing to the table. And I know how to just be there and be supportive and not do too much. Because before I used to try to do too much. I feel like I used to try too hard to over support and overdo it with certain things. And I'm kind of taking a step back from that and just looking at my life and realizing what I can do better, what I still need to improve on. And I just realized as a person, I'm still growing. So I still have a lot more to learn. I still have a lot more to develop. But I just realized that, like, you have to love and support people the right way, especially people that need you. You can't make it without those people, so you have to be right to them. And I just realized the way I look at life is just different now because I value life differently. Going through this solo spiritual journey just taught me how to appreciate my life that much more, appreciate the sacrifices around me that much more, appreciate my friends because I had to fight to get them, and appreciate my career Because for the first time, I had to get off my butt and actually fight for something. And I don't mean that as in me being lazy. I mean, after I had my surgery, I've never had to fight for anything. This is the first time I ever had to fight to put myself in anything because I was just naturally gifted like that. But this taught me that, like, you got to go after it. You got to go get life. It ain't going to come to you, and you got to do the work. So even if it's painful, you have to do the work to make yourself better, and you have to create your own places of peace in life, and that's what I'm doing. And more importantly than that, it just taught me to stand in my power with whatever I do. Stand in my power and stand in my confidence. And that's something I'm really proud of because that's something the old me would have never did or wouldn't have never said or wouldn't have never became. So I'm just proud of that and I'm continuing to work on myself. I'm always a work in progress. I will never be the best, but I will constantly get better every day. That's the way I look at life. And I'm just thankful for everything the solo journey put me through because without it, I wouldn't be able to stand in my power, stand in my confidence, and be able to say what I need to say and do what I need to do every day. It was the greatest thing that ever could have happened to me, and I'm thankful to God for it, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though.